So the most latest installment of One Piece had Luffy going Gear 5 and Zoro going King of Hell mode. Not fully King of Hell mode, but the Kakusaki coating off his sword. And this is all for Scopper Gaban. And this reminded me how One Piece is known for its amazing duels. Like, Oda has respected the second to the first so much that he pretty much made a whole cover story for Right Hand Man. So I thought, who are the greatest or strongest duos currently in the stories? I won't be using former duos, even though I gotta respect them, like Goldie Roger and Silver's Rayleigh. They are probably the most legendary duo. Like, look how strong Rayleigh is, and then you remember, oh yeah, he's not even the captain, Roger is. Then you also have Garp and Sengoku. Garp being the hero of the Marines, went up against Rocks and Roger. And Sengoku was the fleet admiral of the Marines. He led the Marines for years, and just two of the most respected. Like, Roger said it best, yo, if it's not them, I don't want to see you guys. And then of course there's Whitebeard as well. Whitebeard had a duel with Rocks, as Rocks was his captain, Roger's greatest former rival, and Whitebeard was the vice captain. Like, seeing the world's strongest man as a vice captain is just insane. Then Whitebeard, when he was captain, had Marco the Phoenix, the mythical Zoan that can go through any damage and heal himself. Then also you got like a Kaido and the Lunarian King. King was the like ancient Zoan Lunarian that just looked unstoppable, when pretty much Zoro, who was using moves to cut the Kaido scales, couldn't even do that with King because of his Lunarian traits. Then also there's Big Mom as well, and Katakuri with the Conqueror's Haki, the Future Sight, the Awakening, and still wasn't the captain. So One Piece has had so many dynamic duos in the story. So today's video, I'm going to look at some of the duos in the current story and probably going to rank them. It's from the least strongest to the most strongest. It's just a fun video, lighthearted video. It's not really a deep dive, but after this, turn on notification because I got some big videos with high production, high end quality editing coming. So you better turn on notification if you guys are serious about One Piece. So number 10, when it comes to strongest duos, I'm going to give it to Katakuri and Smoothie. And the only reason I'm doing this is because Big Mom has fallen. Well, kinda. She might return to Elbaf, but we don't know. That's just a theory crafting. So Katakuri most likely is going to take over. The Big Mom pirates literally argued at this when Big Mom fell into the ocean or the water. They're like, who's going to take over? And they're arguing. And Perispera wanted to take over, but everyone's like, no, Katakuri's taking over. He's the strongest. So everyone knows that Katakuri will take over. Who's the second strongest? You got to look at Smoothie. Smoothie was a sweet commander. But the problem with Smoothie is we really hasn't seen her go all out. Honestly, Cracker has been more impressive than Smoothie. Just Smoothie has a bigger bounty and a higher rank. And that's the reason why we believe that Katakuri and Smoothie are the 10th strongest duo in the story. Number 9, I'm going to give it to Eustace, Captain Kid, and Killer. A very underrated duo that can easily rise up the ranks. I think they have way more potential than Katakuri and Smoothie. The reason is Eustace Kid has Conqueror's Haki. He has all 3 types of Haki. And he also has an Awakened Delphoid. He doesn't have Future Sight, but he has immense physical strength. And he's been through the ringer. Got his arm ripped off by Ben Beckman. Got destroyed by Kaido. Got destroyed by Shanks. If you don't get stronger in Elbaf, like, you are just complete trash. Like, I know it's not Dragon Ball with the Zenkai boost, but that mother needs a Zenkai boost. I almost swear it there, but he definitely needs a Zenkai boost. And Killer was impressive, honestly, on the rooftop. Did some damage to Kaido. Then took out Hawkins, a fellow Worst Generation captain. A vice captain taking out a captain is respectable. And then he did it pretty easily too. It wasn't really challenging for Killer to take out Hawkins. And then also you have to think about the fact that he kind of helped Kid not get totally obliterated by Shanks' Divine Departure, even though he took some damage too. Both of them did not look good against that Shanks 2v1. But still, I still respect Killer. He's on the rooftop. I think Eustace Kid and Killer are the 9th strongest duo currently in the story. Number 8, I'm going to give it to CP0's zoo or animal duo, the giraffe and the leopard. I'm gonna give it to Rob Lucci and Kaku. The reason why is because Rob Lucci came back. He was already incredibly stronger like than any CP9 member when he was CP9. But when we see CP0 members in Wano, then we see Rob Lucci. He's the strongest CP0 member. He's an Awakened Zoan, so you know he has extra durability and extra strength. We know he has 2 types of Haki. He fought Gear 5. Yes, Gear 5 was mollywopping him, but still he fought Gear 5. That is respectable, and he didn't get destroyed by Zoro as well. So you have to understand, Rob Lucci is pretty respectable when it comes to his durability. Jinbei even got a hit on him, and he still was standing and not taken out completely. So yeah, Rob Lucci. And then Kaku's awakened his own ability too. And Kaku's incredibly strong too. Don't underestimate these animals. So I have them at number 8 right now. Number 7 might surprise you, but it's cross skilled. And I'm not talking about the Yonko Captain Buggy. I'm talking about Mihawk and Crocodile. And the reason why I'm mentioning this is because Mihawk is the world's greatest swordsman. He's one of the strongest characters in the series. So just him as a duo is gonna be respectful. And then there's Crocodile. Crocodile went to Mihawk and said that we would make a great duo because we share similarities. Crocodile knew about Awakenings and Impel Down. Crocodile took Luffy 3 times to beat him in Alabasta. Crocodile, we know he's not as strong as he was in Alabasta. He's way stronger. He's an incredible Logia. Honestly, Crocodile is one of the most underrated characters because of when he fell. He fell during Alabasta, so everyone just power scales for that. But no, that's not how you can power scale Crocodile. You see that on Marineford, and he was clashing with Mihawk. He was clashing with Doflamingo. Like, he was clashing. He was even going at it with Akainu at moments. So yeah, I think Mihawk and Crocodile are my 7th strongest duo in the New World. Number 6 is a new fresh duo, and it's Garling and Shamrock. And they could easily rise up the ranks, but Figureland Garling was the commander, the Holy Knight commander, chief commander of that squad. We know in God Valley he was doing pretty impressive. Oda already said he's strong. And then, of course, he might have scarred Whitebeard too as well. And he became a Gorosei too, so we know we got some sort of mythical boost to his already impressive power and ability. And all the Gorosei have all 3 types of haki, so he's a monster. Then there's Shamrock. Shamrock has a sword that has a Cerberus Delph-Fruit. Shamrock looks like Shanks. He has that DNA, Figureland DNA. He's built different. And the confidence against Loki, even knowing how strong Loki is, I think Shamrock has the potential to be one of the stronger characters in the series. So them as a duo, father-son duo, are legit. They're on that final panel in One Piece, One Chapter 1121. So yeah, I like this duo over here. Definitely 6 is a safe spot for these guys. Number 5 might be controversial, but I have Monkey D, Luffy, and Rona Zoro. It's like, yeah, they're the reason why I made this video, because seeing them at like Gear 5 and like Kankazaki coding on the swords just was so hype in that panel. But respectfully, they do have some things they need to work on. Luffy in his Gear 5 and Kankazaki coding is like pretty unstoppable, but he has that drawback. So if you're able to avoid a lot of those things, you could actually get by Luffy in a sense, if you have that strength and capability. Like, especially when I saw Kizaru giving him food, I'm like, I'm not saying Kizaru's stronger than Luffy, but that drawback is gonna affect you when you go to the top tiers in the story. Then, of course, if he didn't have that drawback, Luffy's top 1 for me if he didn't have the drawback. And then after Luffy, you got Zoro. Zoro has Kankazaki coding. He's pretty strong with his Enma. Honestly, Zoro is pretty powerful with his defeat against King. Tanked Big Mom and Kaido for a split second. That was pretty cool. Scarred Kaido. Zoro is impressive. What he did to Lucci. I consider Lucci one of the stronger characters. So what he did to Lucci by scarring him as well. Yeah, Zoro is different. He's close to that Admiral level. And that's why I have Luffy and Zoro at 5. Yo, they're just... Zoro is getting close to that Admiral level. Luffy's on that Yonko level. You gotta respect it. Number 4 might be controversial as well, but I got Monkey D, Dragon, and Sabo. And the reason why I have Monkey D, Dragon, and Sabo at number 4 and not 5 is because I still think Luffy is not stronger than his father, Dragon. I think Dragon is actually considered, when he gets revealed, he might be top 1. He might be the only character to actually surpass Shanks, other than Immu, of course. Immu's gonna be top 1, but I mean like characters that we actually have been seeing throughout the story. So I think Dragon, you got to give his credit where his credit is due. If you look at Sabo's ability, the fact that he came to Dressrosa with advanced armored haki, like Dragon Claw, if Dragon has that plus a Delph-Fruit, advanced armor haki, if he has advanced future sight, if he has advanced Kankazaki coding, like his father did, like his son does, he does have it, guys. I'm telling you guys right now. And an OP Delph-Fruit, yeah, he's OP. He could be top 3 in the verse. And then of course Sabo, he has the Mary no Mi, and he has incredible haki. He's like Ace with strong haki. Ace had haki, good haki as well, but this is incredibly strong haki. Sabo was a haki-based fighter, got the Mary no Mi, so I gotta give these guys respect where respect is due. Honestly, Sabo fought Fujitora. I gotta give respect. Number 3 is the Marines. I gotta give it to the Marines, Akainu and Kizaru. And the reason why they're above Dragon and Sabo is because Akainu and Dragon could be interchangeable, but with, of course, Akainu gets hyped by Oda all the time. Oda said that he could get the One Piece in 1 year. He's the fleet admiral. He went up against Whitebeard during Marineford, which was pretty cool. Blackbeard didn't want to smoke with him before the time skip. So Akainu has a lot of traits of him. He has the only top tier feat in the story when it comes to defeating a top tier 1v1. Like, Akainu's the only one who's done it in the current story. So yeah, Akainu, I gotta give credit to where credit's due. Then there's Kizaru. Kizaru did surprisingly well against Gear 5. Not durability wise, because like Kaido's durability is way better than Kizaru, but the fact that he was able to like hang in there with Gear 5. And sometimes you think he might have been able to squeeze in a win. Even if he's not strong in Gear 5, he could have squeezed in a win. See this guy's passing McDonald's shakes and stuff to Luffy. I'm like, what is going on? So yeah, a top tier admiral as your number 2, you got to give Akainu and Kizaru that 3rd spot, in my opinion. Now, number 2 might ruffle some feathers, but I got Blackbeard and Aokiji. I know they're a freshly new duo since the time skip, but Blackbeard to me is incredibly powerful. He's gonna be the one to defeat Shanks. Blackbeard has 2 Delph-Fruits, not just regular Delph-Fruits, strong Delph-Fruits. He has the Gurgur no Mi and the Yami Yami no Mi. And he has incredible strong arm and haki, as we've seen when he blocked the Seraphim slash that was able to cut a mountain in Amazon Lily. Now, Blackbeard's observation and Conqueror's haki, I don't know about it yet, but he should have Conqueror's haki coding if he's going to be fighting Shanks, the strongest Conqueror's haki coding I've seen alive in the series. Now, I do want to say this, Aokiji, we just saw him against Garp. We just seen Aokiji against Garp. He did surprisingly well, and we know that Aokiji now has incredibly strong arm and haki with crazy Delph Fruit as well when it comes to his Ice Age and all that stuff. Blackbeard did pretty well against Boa Hancock, did well against Law. Blackbeard has had a good resume recently too. I'm gonna give him that. So Blackbeard Aokiji, you got a solidified top tier admiral that almost defeated Akainu, who I look at as on Yonko level, and he defeated Gar with the help of course Shady the Rain and whatnot, but still. And then you got Blackbeard, a solidified Yonko that Rayleigh admitted would actually beat him in a 1v1. And Rayleigh, I look at Rayleigh in high regard. So him saying Blackbeard would have won is insane. And lastly, number one, I got Shanks and Ben Beckman. And I know people are going to call me a Shanks star for having them this high, but Shanks to me, I'm a hockey guy, yo. If you're hockey strong, I give you respect. And Shanks has shown me incredible future sight, the strongest showing of future sight in the story, able to see 10 seconds of the future, surpassing what we saw from Kaido, Katakuri, and Luffy. Then we have his Conqueror's haki coding. His Divine Departure is the best Conqueror's haki coding I've seen since Roger's Divine Departure. And of course, Joy Boy. His haki got compared to Joy Boy recently in Egghead Island. His armor haki, I don't know about that yet, but he's probably strong as well too. I don't think he has strong armor haki than Miyok, because Miyok has the Black Blade, but I still think Conqueror's haki coding and future sight is incredible right now, probably the strongest in the story. And then you got Ben Beckman, who Oda said is comparable to Shanks. Brand New said Shanks' crew is really well balanced. Ben Beckman had the whole Kizaru moment. He ripped off Use's kid's arm. Ben Beckman has a lot of aura right now. So yeah, I think Ben Beckman is top tier Admiral level. And I think Shanks is, honestly, Shanks is teeter-tottering on Power King level, if I'm being honest. So people might say I'm glazing Shanks, but no, I got to give respect is due. And that is why Shanks and Ben Beckman are my number one. But they can easily be interchangeable with Blackbeard and Aokiji, Akano and Kizaru, Dragon and Sabo, and Luffy and Zoro. That top five can easily be switched up a little bit, but this is just my guess right now. Not really thinking about it well thought. It's just a fun video I made, not doing any deep dive, not doing no evidence, just fun, guys. I like doing these type of videos. So yeah, that's my top 10 strongest duo, motivated or kind of inspired by Luffy and Zoro. Now, I honestly believe that when it comes to top 10 duos, it's a completely different list when you actually look at top 10 strongest characters. One Piece power scaling has changed drastically since I've been power scaling back in like Dressrosa days and Zoe and Whole Cake Island. Honestly, Whole Cake Island was the big change for me. Haki blooming, and then Wano just blew that out the water. And then Egghead Island and Elbaf is just changing with new characters. Holy Knights are being involved. Imu, the Serpent, guys, like the whole lore, Nika and everything. I'm telling you guys right now, One Piece power scaling is gonna get even crazier with the whole space and moon plot line. Oh man, it's gonna break people's heads and skulls. But yeah, I'm a big fan of what I just talked about, but I don't like to do too much because it's like power scaling, and it's better to power scale a series when the series ended, and One Piece is still ongoing, so it's always going to be shifting and changing. So yeah, if you disagree, just debate in the comment section, but don't get too riled up, guys. It's not a really serious video, just a fun video after the last chapter.